Do you forget why you went upstairs? Fail to put a name to a familiar face? We've all done it. And as we get older, we often worry that these small memory mistakes will lead to dementia. Today, I want to share with you why dementia is not an inevitable part of aging and how changes to your lifestyle can actually prevent the symptoms of dementia from ever appearing. Hi, I'm neuroscientist Dr. Ben Webb, and I'm here to help you cultivate a healthy brain for a mentally healthy and happy life. Welcome to episode 30 of Better Brain, Better You. Hi there, how are we doing today? I hope you've had a really good week, and I'm delighted that you can join me today for this episode. So I genuinely enjoy serving up a new episode every week to help you cultivate a healthier brain. But it's really good to know what's actually resonating with you, what you think of the episodes. So if you're watching on YouTube, please do leave a comment, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell if you want more episodes like this. We release a new episode every week for brains of all ages. So I want to discuss how you can prevent dementia, which might seem like an issue that's only for older adults. But if you stick with me, you'll soon realise that this is not the case and is relevant for you whatever your age. So we often assume that dementia is an inevitable part of ageing. As we get older, our memory gradually gets worse, and eventually we'll end up with some form of mental decline and ultimately dementia. But in fact, dementia is the disease that most people fear most, way more than cancer or a heart attack. So much so that many people often won't go and see their doctor if they're worried about their memory or their thinking. And even though dementia symptoms mostly appear in older people, dementia is not an inevitable part of aging. And I'm going to say that again. Dementia is not an inevitable part of aging. It's certainly true to say that many of us get a little more forgetful as we get older, and most people will need a bit longer to remember things, get distracted more easily, or struggle to do multiple tasks at the same time as well as they used to do. And this might become more noticeable during your middle age, 40s, 50s and early 60s onwards. These changes are completely normal, but they can be irritating and a little bit frustrating. And you may worry that these experiences are an early sign of Alzheimer's disease or dementia. But if you can, it's important to try not to worry too much about this, because for most people, these changes will be the result of normal aging and won't be caused by dementia. So dementia describes a group of symptoms that occur when the brain is damaged by different diseases that are not part of the normal aging process. So Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia, but there are many other brain diseases that cause dementia symptoms, like vascular dementia, Lewy body dementia, or frontal temporal dementia. Alzheimer's disease patients themselves end up with toxic proteins and fibrous tangles in their brains, and these gradually damage healthy brain cells and the brain wiring that connects them. And it's this progressive degeneration of brain cells that actually causes dementia. All of these brain diseases that cause dementia lead to a significant decline in a person's mental abilities, or what we call cognitive function, things like memory, thinking, and reasoning. But for a doctor to diagnose dementia, a person's symptoms must have become so severe that they significantly affect their ability to perform in daily life, not just be an occasional minor irritation. This means having new problems with everyday activities about the house, in the community, or at work. So for example, starting to have problems paying household bills, using the phone, managing medicines, driving safely, or meeting up with friends. If a person has symptoms that are worse than would normally be expected for a healthy person of their age, but are not severe enough to significantly affect their daily life, a doctor may actually diagnose what's called mild cognitive impairment. So this is not a type of dementia, though some people who have mild cognitive impairment will actually go on to develop dementia. So most people think of dementia as a disease of old age, something to only start worrying about when we retire from work or when we get old. But we know that the brain changes in Alzheimer's disease, for example, can actually start tens of years before the clinical symptoms ever appear. And women develop these brain changes that cause Alzheimer's many years earlier than men do. So even as early as your 40s, your brain can already be showing the signs of Alzheimer's disease, even though you're not experiencing any of the memory loss or mental decline that characterises dementia. And it may be several decades before the actual dementia symptoms start to appear. But it's never too early and never too late in your life to start thinking about how to prevent dementia. So last year, a commission by the Lancet medical journal showed that up to 40% of dementia is actually preventable through simple changes to your lifestyle and your health. And I want to share some of these lifestyle and health factors so you can start taking control of your brain health to protect yourself from mental decline and dementia. So one of the easiest and most effective ways to protect your brain from damage and degeneration is to adopt a brain healthy diet. So there are many changes to your diet that you can make to improve the health of your brain and protect it from mental decline later in life. But in our society, we tend to sort of focus more on using diets to control our waistline than on how they impact our health. We all intuitively use food to manage our mood and clear our heads without thinking about it. As it turns out, the brain needs food more than any other organ in your body. The brain weighs in at about 2% of body weight, but uses a massive 20% of the body's total energy. So meal after meal, the foods we ingest are broken down into nutrients, absorbed into the bloodstream, drawn into the brain to help it and therefore help you to function better. But food is not only a fuel for the brain, it protects it from damage and disease. So I want to give you a free guide on 12 of the best foods to nourish the neurons in your brain and how to introduce them into your cooking. You can get this free guide at ologyonlinecourses.com/brain foods. That's ologyonlinecourses.com/brain foods. Please go and grab this guide, it's completely free. So second on the list would definitely be exercise. Exercise actually causes physical changes in the brain that not only act as a safeguard against future dementia, but also improve our ability to think, reason, and remember in the here and now. So physical exercise promotes heart health, and what's good for the heart is good for the brain. So aerobic exercise, the kind of exercise that makes your heart beat faster, encourages blood flow, more nutrients, and oxygen to the brain. It's this enhanced blood flow that makes you feel clear-headed after a run or a workout, and slows plaque build-up in your arteries. Exercise also promotes the production of brain chemicals that promote the growth of new brain cells and strengthening of wiring between brain cells. These brain chemicals also repair damaged brain cells, which is critical in the fight against the brain degeneration underlying dementia. So third up is to reduce the stress in your life. Most of us are living in a near constant state of stress. We almost accept that this is an inevitable part of our fast-paced lives. But stress actually has a really toxic effect on the brain. So for example, chronic stress can cause cortisol, the stress hormone, to actually shrink a part of the brain called the hippocampus, which is one of the first brain areas affected by Alzheimer's disease and is involved in forming new memories. So stress management strategies are the first line of defense against stress. So while it's perfectly normal to experience stress, it shouldn't be a pervasive aspect of your life. So it's vital to deploy whatever strategies are necessary to reduce the stress in your life. Diet, exercise, and relaxation are all effective lifestyle factors that are really good at managing stress. So reducing stress is proven to add years to your life. Fourth is to exercise your brain by engaging in challenging intellectual activities that require you to learn something new. So continuing education, challenging occupations, and intellectual engagement all help stave off dementia by boosting your brain's cognitive reserve. This is the idea that the more you use brain cells, the stronger connections between them become, and the faster your brain is able to respond to external and internal signals. So you end up with a well-stimulated brain that is more flexible with greater reserve capacity. Consistent engagement in activities that stimulate your brain in a variety of ways builds this cognitive reserve, enhancing the brain's ability to protect itself from harm while also warding off unwanted age-related changes. So for example, learning a new language, taking up new hobbies, learning how to play a musical instrument, regularly listening to different genres of music are all excellent activities that engage and challenge your brain. Essentially anything that really challenges and stimulates the brain can build cognitive reserve. So in terms of modifiable health factors that protect you against dementia, top of the list is uncorrected hearing loss. So that might seem like an odd health factor to be associated with dementia, and it's not completely clear why this is the case. But the brain areas that control hearing are near the brain areas involved in memory and the ones that are damaged by Alzheimer's disease. So it may be that degeneration in the hearing brain areas from a lack of sound stimulation because of the hearing loss causes degeneration in the nearby memory areas. Regardless of the reason, it's been shown time and time again that wearing a hearing aid to correct the hearing impairment can be really effective at delaying or preventing dementia. So other modifiable health factors that increase your risk of dementia are things like high blood pressure, excessive alcohol, obesity, smoking, and diabetes. All of these, again, are also potentially manageable with drugs or lifestyle changes. So there you have it. That's some of the lifestyle changes that you can make right now to protect yourself against dementia. And as I said earlier, there are many changes to your diet that you can make to improve the health of your brain to protect you from dementia, and you can do those right now. So I want to give you a free guide on 12 of the best brain foods and how to introduce them into your cooking. You can get the free guide at ologyonlinecourses.com/brain foods. That's ologyonlinecourses.com/brain foods. I hope this episode was useful for you, and please do let me know in the comments on YouTube what you thought about the dementia prevention strategies, whether you have any others yourself that you use. And like, share this video and subscribe to our channel if you want more videos like this one. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will look forward to seeing you in the next episode.